Hello, hello, and welcome to the Exceptional Business Podcast. Do you know that there are, in fact, two tax seasons that you need to think about as you are growing your business? If you don't know, stay tuned for this episode so you can learn all about it. Do you know that there are two tax seasons to think about when you are growing your business? So, a lot of entrepreneurs only associate tax season, which is January through April, as the official tax season. So, what that means is we really don't think about taxes until we actually get in the tax filing season. Again, January, February, March, with taxes generally due by April 15th. Now, the truth of the matter is that there are, in fact, two tax seasons. You have tax planning season and you also have the regular tax season. What are the differences? So, when you get to tax season, really that is what I call reporting season. So that's really you taking what has been done from January through December and you are reporting it on your tax return. So if you received a W-2, if you had any type of mortgage statement, if you had a business where you had income and expenses, you are really taking all of those documents and you are putting it on your tax return. You are reporting your income. But there is another piece to the puzzle. The other piece is the tax planning piece, which is also a part of a tax season as well, because it is the season of planning for the tax. So I always tell my clients there's a two-part process to this. The first process is actually planning for the tax, right? So you start your tax planning season during the tax year so that you can get your taxes as low as possible, so you can strategize, so you can have a clear picture of what your tax projections are. If you need to make any estimated tax payments, are you in the right business structure? Should that be evaluated? Really just taking a holistic approach to your business to see if any changes need to be made that can help move the needle as far as your estimated taxes are concerned. So that's the tax planning part of it. So I always tell my clients, you have the tax planning part, but you also need to have the actual preparing for the tax part. So after you do all that you can to try to reduce your tax liability through the effective tax planning strategies that may be available to you, you also need to plan for the tax. So that's making sure that you have the cash flow to be able to make the quarterly estimated tax payments, really even knowing what they are so that you can pay it. So those are all really a part of tax planning season, because when you think about it, the IRS considers taxes a pay-as-you-go system. What that means is that when you get ready to file in tax season in the beginning of the year, January, February, March, the IRS already expects for you to have paid majority of the tax during the tax year, right? They really don't want you paying before the tax year is up, which is why they give the due date of April 15th. Because really majority of your tax is really to have been paid during the tax year. So if you are working and you're receiving a W-2, taxes are automatically being taken out of your check every time you get paid. But of course, when you're self-employed, it doesn't work like that. So that's the whole idea behind quarterly estimated tax payments. The IRS has set it up so that you make 4 quarterly tax payments so that when you get ready to file, you've already satisfied your tax liability and really you're just reporting. So the whole idea behind tax planning is so that you have that information. And then when the actual tax season gets here, then you're just reporting. So it's very powerful for you to know that there are two and to know when you are in need of tax planning. If you are growing your business and you are constantly owing every year, that's a sign that you need tax planning. Even you just being an entrepreneur could also be a sign that you need some type of tax planning to kind of really figure out where you are, to figure out if you're in the right business structure, to figure out what your goals are, and really to get an idea around if you need to be making quarterly estimated tax payments, your bookkeeping, and so forth. So, really, even you just getting into entrepreneurship could also be something that may prompt you to want to work with an accountant. But if that's not the prompt that may have created it, then it could also be once you start to bring in income, maybe even after you start filing and you realize that you owe a balance, for example. Those are all signs that it's time for you to actually do tax planning. And during the year, a lot of the strategies and things are really there to help you. But if you wait until tax season to actually do this, then it may be too late. There are a lot of strategies that have to be implemented during the year. And if you don't set it up, then by the time tax season is here, you may actually miss some of that opportunity. So that's another reason why it's helpful for you to also tax plan so that you can take advantage of any necessary tax deductions or tax strategies that may be eligible, maybe something that you're eligible for during the year so that you can set it up and have it in place for the upcoming tax season. So always remember, as you're growing your business, there are two tax seasons. You have the regular tax season, which is January, February, March, where you file your taxes by April 15th. And then you also have tax planning season that happens during the actual tax year so that you can effectively figure out if you need to do any strategic tax planning, if you need to pay any quarterly estimated tax payments, and how to plan for the actual tax bill. So, if you need more help, more support, more resources, check out our website. We have done for you services, and we also have a membership as well as extra resources that you can use on your entrepreneurial journey. Hope it's been helpful.